Hi there, in this video I'm going to show you how to add the ears and the horns for the large beaded pocket dragon. So in the pattern there are some options for customization. I will first show you how to make the round as it's written, and then I'll go back and show you how to customize the ears and horns a little bit. So the first thing we're going to do is, using head color, we are going to make 2 single crochets. So 1 and 2. In the next stitch, we are going to make an ear. First, we are going to front loop only slip stitch, and then we are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Next, we are going to make a beaded slip stitch in the second chain from the hook using the back bar. So again, the back bars are on the underside of our chain, so that's the second chain from the hook, where we'll make a beaded slip stitch, and then we'll make 1 slip stitch in the next back bar. So first we are going to add a bead onto our hook, and then we are going to slip stitch in the second chain from the hook using the back bar. Now when you're doing this, it's okay to loosen your tension a little bit so that you can get your hook and yarn through that bead. Now we're going to slip stitch in the next back bar. And then we are going to front loop only slip stitch in that same front loop as the first slip stitch. So that's our little ear. In the next 2 stitches, we are going to make 1 single crochet. One and 2, and in this second stitch we are going to change to the horn color. When you add the horn color, make sure your tail is long enough that you can secure it inside the head. We'll pull it through that last stitch, then I always pull that last stitch snug, and now we'll make a horn. We'll work over the tail for the horn and we'll leave the body alone. We're going to use the front loop again, so we'll make 1 half double crochet in the front loop only, and then we'll go under the tail for the horn and then leave that strand for the body color and make our half double crochet. Now we are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we'll work in the back bars again, starting in the second chain from the hook. We'll make a slip stitch, and in the next chain we will make an increase. So first, a back bar slip stitch, and now an increase in that next back bar. 1 and 2. Now we're going to make another half double crochet in that same front loop with the first one, and we are going to change back to the body color. Oops. There we go. So just pull those horn colors inside the head and then change to the body color. Now on the back, you'll see that strand of body color. We're going to pretend that's the back loop only, since the back loop will be kind of hidden with our strands. We're going to use that when we make our next round. So after you make 1 horn, you can cut that horn color and then we'll join it again for the next horn. I always pull them pretty snug when I get done. Now we'll continue across the forehead. We'll make 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we'll change to our horn color again. Pull the horn color through that last stitch, pull it snug, and now we're going to make a horn that's supposed to be the opposite of this horn that kind of curves this way. This horn should curve the other way. So we're going to make a front loop only half double crochet in the next stitch and work under that tail where we joined, so that we can secure it in there. Now we are going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the second chain from the hook, we are going to make a back bar slip stitch. Now in the next 2 back bars, we are going to decrease. In the same front loop as that first half double crochet, we're going to make another half double crochet, and we'll change to our body color again. Close tight. In the next 2 stitches, we are going to make 1 single crochet, 1, 2. Now we're ready to make our other ear. Again, we're going to front loop only slip stitch and chain 3, place a bead on the hook, and then back bar slip stitch in the second chain from the hook, then back bar slip stitch in the next chain, and then front loop only slip stitch in that same front loop. And that's our second ear. Now in the last 6 stitches, we will place 1 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So once you get your round completed, kind of give your horns and ears a little tug so they straighten out. Now you can see if you feel like your ears and horns are centered well enough. I actually do not feel like mine are. So by the time I do my decreases in the next round, it's going to make it even worse. So what I'm going to do is take out this round and I will add 1 single crochet before I make that first ear. And since I've already showed you how to make the beaded ears, I will remove all this, and then the next time I do it, I'll show you how to make the other options for the ears. So when I add a stitch to move my ear up further, I'm going to move my stitch marker to the next stitch. so my decrease rounds line up properly. So now I'll make an ear. First, let's make an ear without a bead. So we're going to front loop only, slip stitch. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now instead of adding a bead in the second chain from the hook, we are going to add a half double crochet in the back bar. In the next back bar, we will make 1 single crochet, and then we will slip stitch to the same stitch on the head again. So that is an ear without a bead. Now I can show you how to make a small horn. So you can use the same color as the head, or you can use the horn color. I'll show you how to change colors. So in that second single crochet, we will add our horn color and pull it through both loops. Now in this next stitch, we'll make a small horn by making a front loop only single crochet. Then we will chain 2, 1, 2, and then we'll make a back bar single crochet in the second chain from the hook. And then we'll make a front loop only single crochet in that same front loop. And then we'll change to body color again. And this will work the same way as the large horns. In the next round, you'll use that strand behind the horn instead of the back loop. So that's how you do the small horn and the ear without a bead. If you don't want any ears or small horns, you'll just put a single crochet there instead, and then single crochet in the next 2, and then add your large horn. Okay, so I have fixed the placement of my horns and I like that better. Now I didn't pull my ends tight, so you can kind of see what the difference is if you pull the ends tight. Some yarns behave differently, and this horn, though it's the opposite of this horn, isn't as curved. This yarn did okay, but I know that DIY Glow didn't do as well as this. But if you need to, remove your horns and kind of experiment with tension of your chains and your stitches until you get it looking how you like. So that is round 10. When you're done, you can knot these ends together and then stuff them inside the head, and we will count our stitches. We should have 21. So 1, 2, then we're going to count that back loop behind the ears, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the loop behind the horn, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. So that is round 10, adding the ears and the horns. I hope you found this helpful.